Welcome to another episode of Cooking with the Charleses. Today I'm trying a chicken recipe, and it's going to be like a chicken thigh wrapped in prosciutto, and then it's got some sage in it. So the first thing that we're going to do is prep this sage, and sage smells incredible, doesn't it? I got these from Publix, and I like the options that they have for fresh seasonings. I'm going to see if we can make this one for dinner tonight. Got a little bit of a break from work, so I'm going to prep it and then finish the rest when I get home after my last appointment. We're going to take off the ends, and then we're going to chop. Get them close together. Get them close together. The company I have right now is Buddy. And I'm sure if he had a chance, he would definitely. This sage is very fragrant. But I'm sure if Buddy had the chance, he would jump at anything we're preparing right now. But he is going to be good. Aren't you, Buddy? Good job. That is, I think I want a little bit more. Let me get some of the bigger ones. I want some like the bigger leaves. Because we're going to have three to four of the chicken thighs. I saw this recipe. I don't know, I'm always browsing for recipes, and it came up on, I think it was like my Google feed or something like that. And I said to myself, that looks absolutely delicious. So we're going to make sure that we've got enough for each of the chicken thighs. And I'm going to show you how to prepare the rest. It's just endless ways to prepare chicken. It's definitely one of our favorites. So this is what we have for the sage. One more sniff because it smells so good. And then let's get our chicken. Like whenever we get chicken, we always portion them out so that it's easier to grab some when we're ready. So this was the portion that I picked out. And for this recipe, you need one of these. I prefer the wooden ones, but I don't have a wooden one, so. And these pieces are pretty large. I don't know if I'm going to keep them like that or if I'm going to cut them. You know what? I might cut them because those are a little too large for me to deal with. Make sure you clean them up a bit. I'm not really a fan of a whole lot of fat on the chicken thighs. Just clean it up just a little bit. And then we're just gonna slice into that. We're gonna make 6 pieces. And then we're gonna go in for it. This is gonna be loud. So I'm gonna come back in just a bit. Give me just a minute. We have our chicken all prepared with the meat pounder. Make sure when you are pounding it, don't be too aggressive with it because we don't want it too flat. We just want to tenderize it a little bit. The original recipe called just for pepper on both sides, but you know, I can't follow directions. Just pepper on chicken, I can't do it. I know that the prosciutto has flavor, and it does have salt as well. it didn't sit well with me. So I made my own. I made my own seasoning mixture. I used Kinders, the caramelized onion butter, which has quickly become my one of my favorite all-purpose seasonings. And then we have this one as well, which I think will go well with it because of the sauce that we're gonna make to go along with it. But black cherry chipotle, it has like a hint of like sweet. I like it. I like it. I haven't used it before, but I like the smell. And then of course we just had some sea salt and then black pepper. So we're not gonna do too much. Don't go overboard with it because remember the prosciutto. We'll kind of do it on both sides. And then we're going to put that to the side because we have to also do the prosciutto. I got an extra pack of prosciutto in, what do they call it? From Publix. Just in case. I want to dirty my other hand for some reason. Just in case we needed some. Because some of them call for like a double wrapping depending on the size. Very good. I do love prosciutto. I've had prosciutto in, what do they call it? Kind of like on the charcuterie boards. Don't know why I got um like made that into a tongue twister. But I've had that with a charcuterie board. I don't think I've had it in an actual recipe before, so I'm very excited to use it. I got that one from Trader Joe's, and they've got some pretty good what do they call those things? The the meats that you use for charcuterie board, what do they call them? Like the ham and stuff like that. Well, you know what I'm talking about. They got some pretty good options for that. So I got that from Trader Joe's, and it's gonna help us. But you know what? What I wanted to say was, let me get this out. What I wanted to say was, let me wash my hands too. That sometimes you think that you're gonna make like one amount, and then you end up making another. So I had to get some extra prosciutto just in case. Just in case. When I stopped by Publix today just to get the rest of the ingredients. But we're gonna wrap the chicken right after I'm done with this. We're gonna wrap the chicken in the prosciutto and then kind of set it aside to rest and let those flavors just build in. The prosciutto is so thin. And you know, I'm kind of curious to what other recipes you have used prosciutto with. Because I'm not really a fan of, ooh, so thin. I'm not really a fan of bacon. Oh, look at this one. If I had only known they were like this beautiful size. Look at that. It's so thin. I didn't even need that one from Publix, but I'll use it for something else. I'm not wasting them. Just wrap it, wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. And leave it like that. But I'm not going to waste this little piece that comes with this one, and you will be together. You will be together. Put that right on top of the fat. And wrap it kind of like a pig in a blanket, but like a fancy pig in a blanket. I don't know. A chicken thigh in a blanket. So we're going, oh, look at that. Well, that's easier to do. Just peels off. For the most part, it peels off. There we go, there we go. Take that off of that, and we are wrapping. And I was watching the videos, the video of the person that was making this recipe. They had like a thinner prosciutto. and they had to wrap it twice. Clearly, they didn't have access to Trader Joe's. I missed a step that I have to go back and do because I was doing this from memory. But before you wrap these in prosciutto, put some of the sage onto the chicken breast, and then hit it with the meat mallet just a little bit, and then wrap it with prosciutto. And I just did a little bit of pounding, and the smell from the sage is incredible. So don't miss this step. Now we're going to start with what's going to go under the chicken. And you know what? I haven't even looked up what the recipe's actually called. I'll do that eventually. We're going to have lots of spinach on the bottom. And you know how spinach just, it wilts down. So let's get it all in the pot or the pan and cook them down. You can add a little bit of salt to this if you want, but the chicken and the prosciutto has plenty of salt in it already, so I'll probably just add just a little bit just to help with the wilting. The recipe suggested baby spinach, but I already had a bag of spinach in the fridge, so I'm going to mix them. I'm not for wasting food. So give it just a little bit. Let's add this next bag, because I like spinach. Spinach is good for you. Good nutritional value. And this spinach was on sale, so we'll take that. That only took a few minutes, and that's like a bag and a half of spinach. So don't be too nervous about adding spinach to your pan. We are going to make like little beds of this spinach, 6 of them, one for each of the pieces of chicken. So you just make your little bed like that, and they'll each have their own spot. Now this recipe went for the bed of spinach, but you know, you can do whatever you'd like. I'm not really sure what else you'd do, but you can be creative. And what I liked about this recipe that I found is they didn't really give like measurements. I think it was a guy. The guy was kind of just cooking, and then kind of leaves you to do like to your own interpretation. So that's the confidence that he had in anyone watching the video. I like it because I wasn't going to follow his instructions anyway, right? Do what we want and hope it turns out well. Last one. Just curious, how many of you, when you're actually doing a recipe, actually follow the instructions as noted? I know that's something that you have to do with baking, but with cooking, it's just you're a bit more flexible. We have to share, and then we're gonna leave it just like that. We've got about 3 tablespoons of butter in our pan, and I'm just using the same one that I used for the spinach. I would have preferred to use unsalted, but I didn't have any on hand, so I'm using what I've got. So let's let that melt down, and we're gonna go over to our chicken that's I took out of the fridge and kind of let rest for a little bit. According to this recipe, We're going to cook for about 4 minutes on each side. And then we're going to put it on top of our beds of spinach. Everything's been melted down. We're going to add our chicken. I'm starting off at medium heat. We're going to go to medium high though. Now remember, the more chicken you put in, the more the heat's going to go down. Move that to the side. Well, it doesn't want to move to the side, does it? Move, move. There we go. We got to make space, people. We got to make space. It's been about 4 minutes. We're going to get ready for the first turn. Wowza. Look at that. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. The prosciutto is getting nice and crispy. Even Bud is like, oh, Mom, what are you cooking? And may I have some? The answer is probably no, but we'll see. We'll see if we can work it out. They've finished cooking, and I turned down the heat. But these, oh my, the prosciutto pan fries so well. I love that crisp. Just gonna flip it one more time. And the smell of the sage. Ooh, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it. And so is my love. We don't always get an opportunity to make dinner too often during the week because it's busy. But when we do, we like to have something nice. So let us put these onto our beds of spinach. Try to remember which ones were in there the longest. Ooh, get over here, right there. I'm trying to match up the beds of spinach to the appropriate size. Ooh, right over there. Last thing we want is for the proportions to be off. Now the chicken needs a topper, and I just looked up the recipe again, and the name was chicken, spinach, and cheese. So we've got a mozzarella a mozzarella ball here. We sliced it up into 6 pieces, and we're just gonna top these beautiful pieces of chicken with, let me see, I'm trying to match them up with a little bit of cheese, or a lot of bit of cheese in this case. Oh my. The oven's preheating on 350, and the recipe, they just said to put it under the broiler, but I want to just make sure that it's cooked through because some of the pieces were a little thick. And then we will do the broiler. But first, a little bit of bacon. I love having a little sauce, and this recipe came with a little sauce. Not exactly following their directions, but I'm going to make my own because I'm a fan of getting rid of whatever's in the fridge. No need for things to go bad when you can use it. So we're going to deglaze with a little bit of garlic. And this is just on medium-high heat. We are going to take some red onion. We want that flavor profile. The chicken is gonna cook at 350. Leave it there for about 10 minutes, and then switch it on to the broiler. Now, while this is cooking, this recipe called for some Marsala wine. I'm not a wine drinker, so I made like a mixture of grape juice with a little bit of lime, a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of vanilla, and then we're going to use that to deglaze instead of wine, because it would be a complete waste of the wine, because I'm not going to drink it after I cook it, and it was like way more expensive than buying a little bottle of grape juice. I'm not a complete fan of grape juice either, but I got this little mini bottle, like a personalized bottle, and we're going with that. So to that also, we're gonna add a little bit of cherry tomatoes that were left in the fridge. Let that cook for a few minutes before we add our Marsala wine substitute. Just a couple of minutes, and we're adding this substitute that we're hoping turns out well. You want to bring it to a boil. I'm going to boost it up just a little bit. It's smelling pretty good. Let's let it boil. I meant boil. Let's let it boil, and then we'll come back to it. Here's how the sauce is turning out. Now, I had to play around with it a little bit. I had to add some seasonings. I added some Kinders red jalapeno garlic. I did a little bit of the caramelized onion butter. I even did a little bit of the buttery garlic herb. And then I threw a little bit of chicken maki in there. And it's simmering down. This is where it's at now. We're going to add a little bit of cornstarch slurry just to thicken it up a bit. And then we're just going to let it simmer. The chicken is out. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. It was about 10 minutes on, what do they call that? 350? 3 minutes on a, it's getting thick. 3 minutes on a low broil, then like about a minute on a high broil. And give me just a minute. I like this consistency. Just like that. Because I like the tomatoes and the onions kind of cooking down and combining. But let me show you the chicken, because it just came out and it's hot. I want to block it, but I don't want to get burned. Here it is. Look at that. We're going to let the sauce finish, and then we are going to plate. All right, we're ready for plating. And you know what? I got to this point of the video, and I have not invited you. If you've gotten to this point of the video, I think you like us. And you know what? The good thing is that we like you too. Please like, share, and subscribe and become part of our family. And also to our current subscribers, new and old, welcome back. Let's get a little bit of this sauce on the base of the plate. And then my love is here, and he's going to get, our chicken right on there. Ooh, look at that. With that spinach and that sauce. We're going to try this for you in just a minute. We'll be back. And we are back. We've got this delicious plate for my love to try. Now, I've already sampled off camera because, like, Well, I can't hold the camera and sample, so I'll let you know my thoughts after you try. And just so you know, we do have a goal of 2,000 plus new subscribers for this year, and we need your help. Please like, share, and subscribe. Get your folks on board. You know you want to. Let's jump in. You can go right down the middle.
Mm-hmm. Cheese has a nice crunch, and the prosciutto does as well. See the inside of it, might as well.
Oh yes.
Looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
Put one end piece in here.
Mm-hmm. You're cutting through that prosciutto. Bring it out.
Don't want to take all the cheese in the one bite.
Well, if you have to, you have to.
All right.
What are you thinking, love?
Yeah, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Very savory.
You know, when I took a bite, I thought that the sauce complemented the chicken and the prosciutto really well. It was kind of like sweet and savory all in one bite.
Yeah, you can definitely go many different ways with the sauce because the chicken, the prosciutto, and the cheese definitely work.
Oh,
Really good. And the spinach too.
oh, I'm glad that you like it. And we're going to continue to enjoy our dinner. But remember, life's better well seasoned. And join us again next week, Wednesday, 7:30. Bye.